Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Mr. McCreary and this is going to be the start of the video series on Chapter 3. As you can see there, the title of Chapter 3 is called Cultural Conformity and Adaptation. It is broken up into 3 sections. The first section deals with the American value system and lists the most common American values that we as a society hold today. Section 2 deals with the concept of social control and basically asks the question, once we have identified what those values actually are in Section 1, how do we as a society get people to conform to those values and behave according to those virtues and values that we have identified as being important to the American society? Section 3 deals with the concept of social change and how societies evolve and change over time and what can cause the society to, in some ways, change their values or at least alter them in terms of priority and what challenges that causes as a result. And certainly throughout the video presentation, we'll be talking about some of the current controversies that we sometimes see in the real world, whether politically or socially, that are related to the concept of values. First off, let's take a look at some of the big ideas, the big takeaway items that I'd like to see students come away with. There are certainly a lot, but here are a few that we are going to focus more attention on. The first one is that when it comes to values, the United States was founded on a set of Judea Christian values and serves as the foundation of the structure of American culture. Certainly when you look at the people who came to America and founded the country, many of them came here for religious reasons, and therefore when they had the opportunity to structure a society from scratch, most of our foundation is a result of their religious background, and that certainly shows up in many different areas of society. As it says there, second, the changing and evolving of values within and among societies have both positive and negative ramifications. Certainly our country today is very different than the country that we had 50, 100 years ago. And many times the behaviors and language and fashion that is very acceptable today was considered very inappropriate just 30, 50 years ago. And so not everybody is happy with those changes, and that's why anytime a society evolves, particularly when it changes values, not everybody is going to be very happy with those changes, but some people are. So therefore, both positive and negative ramifications develop anytime a society evolves. The third big idea is that the survival of a culture makes it necessary to apply various forms of sanctions to encourage conformity to its norms and values. And there's two sides to this. On the one hand, we as a society really like deviant behavior. We like when people do not conform. If you listen to a certain musician or you like a particular athlete or a sports team and as a whole, most of the time it's because that person or that team is doing something radically different, is not conforming to what everyone else is doing. They are different and therefore draw a lot of attention. So on the one hand, a society needs people to conform so that there's not chaos every day. But on the other hand, we place a lot of value in not conforming as Americans. So it's a particular dynamic that can cause some struggles every now and then, but certainly our culture will not survive if the values do not get passed on from one generation to another. First off, the definition of values. Values, according to the definition of the book, says they are shared beliefs about what is good or bad, right or wrong, desirable and undesirable in a society. And as we'll see in part 2 of the video series, values are the foundation for your life. So we're going to take a look at values from a macro point of view, from a society point of view. We're going to take a look at it from a kind of a mid view or medium view in terms of businesses. And also we're going to take a look at values as individuals as a way of explaining why individuals behave the way they do. So that'll wrap up part 1, so continue on to part 2 to learn more about the foundation that we have in our lives with regard to values.